On behalf of the National Association of the Deaf, signing tonight's first performance is Shaheem Sanchez. Now, a presentation of Lift Every Voice and Sing, performed by Grammy Award-winning recording artist Andra Day.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise as thou let it be sound loud as the sing a song full of faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought. Sing a rising sun. Let us march on to victory. Till victory is
Coming up, we'll introduce the teams.
The YouTube TV Super Bowl kickoff show is sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. Make your moves, we'll make them count.
Are you ready? Way before the fight began. Before the fight began. From the impossible, God's opportunity. Show up. Work a miracle. A miracle. So just know it all until God says it ain't no until God says it's done. Oh, it ain't no until God says keep fighting till your victory. When people say you can't, remember He can. When you don't know what you're gonna do, please remember He's gonna free you from your sin and give you peace within. So you better hold your head up high. You're gonna win. Yes, you're gonna win. 'Cause it ain't over until God says it's over. It ain't over until God says it's finished. Until God says it's over, keep fighting, and you better keep praying, keep fasting. It ain't over, no, keep pressing, progressing, keep moving. It ain't over. Oh, keep reading, interceding. Keep believing. Keep believing. It ain't over. Keep trusting. You gotta keep on trying. Keep travailing. It ain't over. You gotta keep on living. Keep on giving. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Keep going. Keep going. It ain't over. Hallelujah. It ain't over. It ain't over. I don't care what you're going through. Feels like you're down for the last count. It ain't over. Feels like you cried your last tear. Not over. Not over. Not over. Not over. God has the final say. God has the final say. God has the final say. They said you wouldn't make it, but God has the final say. They said you won't be nothing, but God. Merry meetings. Good evening. Super Bowl Sunday.
Right there gets your attention.
Today, this evening, Sunday, February 11th, the day of improved comfort. Happy birthday, Aquarius.
Who told me tackling is going to be paramount. It's a huge reason that they had a padded practice on Monday. He also showed them clips of Christian McCaffrey dragging two defenders down the field. Now San Fran leads the league in yards after catch, and Spagnuolo repeated over and over to his team, you must be physical at the point of attack. Now let's send it over to Evan Washburn on the 49ers sideline.
Tracy, the 49ers come into this Super Bowl as healthy as they've been all season with no injuries of note. And for head coach Kyle Shanahan, this may be his best opportunity yet to capture that elusive Lombardi and check that final box on what is already an impressive resume. And talking to Shanahan about what it'll take to get it done, he said, everyone that takes the field has to have the exact same mindset that we cannot be denied. They know the Chiefs are the champs. The message all week and in moments leading up to this game, we have to take it from them. Jim?
All right, Evan. Tracy, thank you very much. Coming up next, we're going to honor America.
Your meditation. The pursuit of pleasure ultimately involves the suffering of pain. The pursuit of pleasure ultimately involves the suffering of pain. The pursuit of pleasure ultimately involves the suffering of pain. I've been guided to play this artist. I wrestled with it because it is a Sunday. But it's football Sunday as well. So let's get it.
Vegas, Allegiant becoming the 27th stadium to host the Super Bowl. And right now, let's send it back to public address announcer Alan Roach.
It's not about getting
Now joining us,
American
American Sign Language performer for the National Association of the Deaf, Angel Pinheiro. In celebration of our country, performing America the Beautiful, please welcome 9 times Diamond Certified Global Superstar, Post Malone.
Aquarians born on February 11th are unique people that understand the powerful forces that can be commanded with discipline and training. They have a single-mindedness that allows them to sacrifice to bring a goal to fruition. Despite their seriousness, they have a sunny side.
The Knave of Diamonds, the first shuffle. Sophistication, elite, distinguished, masterful, diplomat, suave, accomplished. Your plans have come to fruition. Your hard work has paid off, and a mature, dignified lady admires the gems growing from her money tree. The songbird perched on her hand reminds her of the role divine influence has played in her prosperity. Success is a possible. Success is possible if human effort with divine providence. The woman's poise and grace reflect the beauty of her spiritual benefactor. Gems don't naturally grow on trees. Their presence here suggests that the woman has achieved harmony with nature. In a reading, it indicates harmony with your personal environment or a sphere of influence. This card teaches us that diplomacy, and emotional intelligence are key attributes to earn respect, trust, and support of others. The Ten of Wands. Burdens, responsibility, heavy loads, delegation, pressure, struggle, uphill, and momentum. The man depicted on this card is laden with 10 sticks bearing the fruits of his labor. As his dragon spirit guide goes him forward, he has decided to shoulder the entire burden of the workload himself. It has not been easy, but sometimes it is the only option available to us. The card shows the anguish of an uphill struggle and the tenacity of moving forward. It represents independence and initiative. When it appears in a reading, the Ten of Sticks advises you to keep focused on your goal and press forward, even if it requires more work than you had expected. You're almost there. Making progress with anything involves effort. This card also reminds us that a spiritual path is not simple. It demands effort and work as necessary steps towards our spiritual evolution. The Ten of Swords. The opening message for tonight. Keywords: defeat, disaster, rock bottom, failure, ruin, and endings. You gave it your best shot and fought to the bitter end. The cycle has ended with painful finality, but all is not lost. The lifeblood of the warrior drains into the earth and into the rooms below him. Energizing them, his sacrifice is temporary, and a new day shall come eventually when the legacy built on the intense energy of his life force will emerge with renewed vigor. The Ten of Swords. It's always darkest before dawn. The Ten of Swords relates to the times in our lives when we feel at our lowest. However, the positive aspect of this card is that it often is our own perceptions, which make these situations feel worse than they really are. Thus, this card speaks more of our beliefs than anything is going wrong, that everything is going wrong, and that life is on top of us rather than the reality. This message should, of course, be heartening. However, there are times when changing our perceptions and gaining a more realistic worldview can, in its own way, represent a challenge. Sometimes, when life feels difficult and we are called to face its trials, we may tell ourselves and others that no matter how hard we try or how good we are, things always turn out bad. Our stories about self sacrifice and martyrdom can feel very nourishing, but in our statements lies a hidden and subtle payoff. There is a bit in us, and many of us, that wants to be misunderstood, ignored, or picked on because it gives us an excuse for not having to be braver or become stronger. I did try and I failed, so what's the point? Thereby, we can bypass our fears of failure or success and avoid the legitimate suffering that accompanies real growth. However, once we realize this, we can once again face the challenges of life with renewed courage and the knowledge that we are much stronger than we previously thought. Prediction: tough times will pass. Receiving the Ten of Swords in this position predicts you will be able to gain in strength and become better able to cope. You may have been allowing negative feelings about yourself to drag you down and hold you back unnecessarily. However, your life will become lighter when you no longer have this extra baggage weighing you down. By recognizing how you have been carrying your past and allowing it to hold you back, you will no longer need to hide from life's challenges and will become braver in facing them head on. Thus, your confidence and belief in yourself will improve. Guidance: believe in yourself. This card suggests you are facing tough but important lessons at this time. You may be feeling life is too difficult and that you can't cope with the challenges in front of you. However, these challenges could be life's way of asking you to believe in yourself and your inner power. Anything, any feelings you have that life is too difficult can become a self fulfilling prophecy if you do not adopt a new and healthier perspective. Thus, you may actually invite one sword after another to stab you in the back, each one making you more and more weak. You need to ask yourself what the payoff is in perpetuating this pain and realize that you have the power to change it. The problem: School of Hard Knocks. Receiving the Ten of Swords in this position suggests that you may have been feeling weak or unable to cope. Perhaps you have been thinking life has it in for you and that you've had a run of bad luck. However, this card suggests your attitude may have contributed to this bad luck and that any negativity you have been feeling towards life was adding to your problems. Therefore, you will need to utilize your inner strength and self belief to change the situation for the better. Try to remember this is just a passing phase and that things always seems darkest before the dawn.
It gets colder. Would you still wrap me up and tell me that you think this was smart? 'Cause lately I've been scared of even thinking think about where we are. What if I never even see you, 'cause we both wanna stay? Don't tell me listen to your song, because it isn't the same. I don't wanna say it's a win again.
Happy birthday, Aquarius. Or if you have a February 11th birthday, you have excellent storytelling skills. If today is your birthday, then your star sign is Aquarius. The way you animate and express yourself is just downright impressive. People will believe your tales in no time. Aquarians with a February 11th birthday are quick, which means you would bring a certain unprompted feel to the story or any project for that matter. It would also give you a chance to put back into your community. Aquarius, born on February 11th, you're expressive, intuitive, loving, friendly, haughty, recluse, proud. Aquarius, the water barrier. Aquarius birthday horoscope predicts that you love being around children and encourage them to become the producers and directors of their own lives. As a parent born on this day, February 11th, you would make a pretty decent father. You would want your children to be independent. As soon it is as soon as it is the appropriate age, you would teach them life skills and accordingly Aquarius, with age comes a more realistic and intelligent approach to mentoring, so they expect you to step up your game. Perhaps the Aquarian parent will allow their children to have their space regarding making some of their own decisions. Aquarians, too, well, according to the Aquarius birthday personality analyst, you have no trouble when it comes to meeting anyone. It is not necessarily your fault, but wherever you go, you command attention. Being a part of a varied circle of friends, Aquarians have no trouble dealing with every one of their attitudes and mannerisms. You are continually showering your loved ones, be it friends or family, with gifts. With a birthday today on February 11th, you are incredibly outgoing, and sometimes your friends describe you as being very unusual, Aquarius. However, being too needy can turn you off to people with whom you would ordinarily have a relationship. You feel that too much involved would damage your personality. It could cause you to lose control of your freedom, and that does not sit well with the Aquarius. Regarding the perfect match for love and friendship, one needs to compliment the Aquarius. Your horoscope compatibility by birthday shows that your intended mate should be intellectually stimulating, independent, and energetic. Excuse me as I pause for the azan. Giving honor to the divine. Aquarius, there are some people with whom you will not be able to pair up. You are a private person, and that person needs to have respect for your wishes. Otherwise, there could be trouble. Aquarius birthday astrology also shows that you share a deep concern for your professional peers. You are always looking for ways to make their job a little easier. You have an inquisitive nature that loves exploring and executing new and exciting ideas. For this reason, you could run for your local political office. Just as well, Aquarius, you could easily invent something. Those Aquarians born on February 11th do not have many worries, and ironically, money is not one of them. It does not figure in on your list of high importance. You work at your own pace and determine your paydays. Aquarius, typically as a freelancer, you are very aware of its demands. When there is not enough Aquarius zodiac sign people may find themselves in need of a friend with money. On that note, when you lend money, you expect them to keep their word and pay when it's due. You usually return the favor. You have you who have your birthday born on February 11th experience health problems associated with blood circulation. You may be prone to cramping and having bizarre accidents. Also associated with these Aquarians are illnesses related to the heart. Some of you suffer from depression or loneliness. Because of this, you should stay away from destructive influences such as alcohol and drugs. Take care of yourself. You want to live a full life from beginning to end. Take attention from the start. In conclusion, what your birthday says about you is that you have a charming way of attracting children. You will make an excellent parent for your children. You are not a materialistic person. You do not care much about money. Aquarians expect a certain amount of freedom and respect from your business and personal contacts. Be careful not to indulge in excessive drinking or slipping into a deep depression. February 11th, Aquarius, you would make an awesome narrator. The Aquarius born today are captivating people that could mentor a young person. You are extremely easygoing and are without many of life's problems. You like your freedom and want to work at your own pace.
Finally, when I let myself fall for you, and see you trying to pretend like I'm thinking it. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Bring it down.
Famous people and celebrities born on February 11th: Jennifer Aniston, Brandy, Sheryl Crow, Thomas Edison, Tina Louise, Sarah Palin, Burt Reynolds, and Kelly Rowland. Happy birthday. This day that year, February 11th, in history. 1659, Swedish forces take a beating by Copenhagen. In 1852, Bedford Street, London, the first public female restroom is opened. In 1921, the Ambassador Theater opens in New York City on West 49th Street. In 1963, the Beatles recorded their first album. Your verdict moon sign is Kumbh Rashi. I haven't been going into that. But if you wish to read more on your verdict moon sign, go to sunsigns.org or follow along with me as we go into the Chinese zodiac sign, the tiger. Tigers burning bright. Chinese zodiac tigers are amazing leaders, vibrant and outspoken, self possessed, with an utterly magnetic personality. Leadership comes as naturally to them as breathing, and as is invariably fun to be around. Their personalities drive them to be in control, and this is turned to the pursuit of their ambitions. The tiger Chinese sign is renowned for their courage. When faced with a challenge, they'll inevitably wind up on top of the confrontation. They'll turn their drive to any cause they feel is righteous, but sometimes their image of what is righteous is misdirected. Their inherent nature can make them prickly under stress and prone to sounding their roar on those around them. The Chinese tiger's trait of strength is in their pure confidence. True confidence removes one from feeling as if everything that turns against them is a personal challenge. Differences in others are met with tolerance. Others are allowed not to conform to the tiger's views on life. They are gallant and respected and will stand with their friends and those who have earned their trust. Earning a tiger's trust is as easy as being frank and clear about your intentions and desires. The Chinese tigers who are out of balance have a strong sense of their self worth, too strong, in fact. Their normal tendencies to a deeply sympathetic soul gives out before their sense of grandeur. Their confidence turns to arrogance, and their determination turns to impatience. The tiger zodiac sign, who isn't centered in themselves, can be driven into hasty decisions. They allow their desire to get ahead to turn them to treacherous acts, overcoming their normal forthrightness. This can end with them being incapable of honest and clear communication. They become incapable of cooperating with those who don't talk to them. Well, the tiger characteristics in the workplace are a certain form of magnificence. They are driven and filled with ambition. They are charming go getters with no concept of what fear of failure is. As such, tigers will pursue their goals and their dreams without hesitation. Unfortunately, the tiger man or tiger woman are also prone to lacking organization. They need a solid team underneath them, keeping the minutiae in order while they drive the train into a successful future. The Chinese zodiac tiger, as the boss, is the tiger in his element, the shining star of his office. He will be playful and fun loving and prefer to keep his office in that state, provided, of course, that productivity is up and everyone is giving everything they have to the team. The tiger Chinese animal sign will be aware of their team's needs, using a gentler humanitarian nature to ensure that everyone is doing well. They can cheer them up with just sheer magnetism. 6:51 p.m. on my alarm. Are you looking for spiritual connections? The drawback, of course, is their inability to properly deal with stress when things are going less than well. The tiger can growl their displeasure at any who draws their attention. Their ability to cheer others up can in turn be used to tear them down. If you're dealing with a tiger boss, make sure you meet your deadlines. Nothing makes them bare their fangs faster than unwanted and unexpected delays. The Chinese sign tiger as a co-worker is a fierce and competitive partner. Their attention is insurmountable when it comes to pursuing a goal they've taken as their own. It's important that you not attempt to stand over a tiger. They don't respond well to being second in command, but can serve very well as an even partner. Chinese astrology says that if you're working with a tiger, be sure to take turns with certain activities. 6:52 p.m. on my alarm. Are you glossing over deeper issues? Tigers need variety. Letting them stick to one style of task can lead to causing impatience and frustration. Remember that you're dealing with a leader out of their place here, and you'll be reasonably well served by the results. Tigers and money. They do love their material wealth and comfort, and their big ideas lead to big payoffs in the end. Money flows with the Chinese tiger horoscope sign, and they rarely have any fear of being without material comforts. Their ability to make things happen also includes making income happen, and they are always on the ball about this. Know that when a tiger personality sets his mind to making money and turning an ideal into a paycheck, there's little that will stand in their way. Tigers, for all their love of luxury, can be surprisingly frugal when the need arises. They will especially be so if doing so will lead the way to them seeing a larger ideal with greater income potential come to fruition. The Chinese tigers are creatures of deep passion and romance, unafraid to let their partners know exactly where they stand in their lives. They crush hard and passionately, and sometimes that passion can get away from them. Tigers sometimes have a little problem with fidelity in their younger years. Their desire and hunger can overcome them until they gain some discipline later in their lives. In the relationship of people born in the year of the tiger, there will be a tendency to dominate the relationship. It will be more so if their partner doesn't stand up and command the same level of respect as them. Overall, however, tigers are creatures of high adventure, of love and romance, and they are never more in their romantic element than when they are in a exotic locale. The Chinese zodiac tiger sign shines in the power of passion. In the bedroom, you can expect a wild ride as they live their dreams. Sometimes it can get out of hand, as a tiger unleashed can be a dangerous creature. But if you're open to the ride, you won't regret it. Tigers can get bored easily, so anticipate them bringing all sorts of things into the mix. Be ready for the ride, or you'll find them getting bored. A tiger's fire needs to be responded to, and together you can create some of the most fiery passion you've ever experienced. Take their enthusiasm with your own, and they will leave you exhausted and truly loved.
Baby,
6:55 p.m. on my alarm. Are you looking for new experiences? Years of the Tiger. January 31st, 1938 to February 18th, 1939, February 17th, 1950 to February 5th, 1951, February 5th, 1962 to January 24th, 1963, January 23rd, 1974 to February 10th, 1975, February 9th, 1986 to January 28th, 1987, January 28th, 1998 to February 15th, 1999, February 14th, 2010 to February 2nd, 2011, February 1st, 2022 to January 21st, 2023, February 19th, 2034 to February 7th, 2035. Your ruling planet is Uranus, which symbolizes independence, imagination, liberation, and major changes. The water barrier is the symbol for the Aquarius star sign. Your birthday tarot card is Justice. This card symbolizes justice, unprejudiced thinking, and decisions made when one with an open mind. Let's reach for your justice message before we go in detail. the Justice. To my left is the Knight of Spades, which is the Knight of Swords, the Justice card, and the Two of Hearts, which is the Two of Cups. Take these messages how they resonate. It's mainly a part of my journaling. We'll start with the Knight of Swords. "6:59 p.m. on my alarm. Are you staying solid?" The Knight of Swords. Keywords: impulsive, swift, forceful, intelligent, restless, and destructive. A fierce knight embodying the visage of Shakti makes her charge, riding in on the azure dragon of the east. She is so set on the course of her action that she disseminates everything in her wake. The Knight of Blades fixates on her ideal. She has subverted her empathy for the sake of the pursuit of her objective, and woe upon those who stand in her way. The Knight of Swords. Anger is the only thing improved by delay. The Knight of Swords is the card of the rebellious teenager who rails at the world and all its injustice. He speaks his mind without consideration for the consequences, such as hurting people's feelings along the way. This card may represent an aspect of ourselves which doesn't want to let go of our anger and admit that what lies beneath it may be vulnerability or a feeling that we are out of control. These feelings may have come from a time when we were criticized or put down, causing us to feel disempowered and to suppress some of our life energy. If we can turn this around, however, we can harness this energy and use it to our advantage. We can then be in a good position to right some of the wrongs in our lives or even in the world, and use our strong voices for speaking out in a more considered, compassionate, and effective way. Prediction: frustration will transform guidance, act rationally, problem, rash behavior. The Justice, the energy we are in today. Keywords: and happy belated birthday to the Aquarians yesterday. I did not come on live. Keywords: balance, equity, passion, truth, dues, scrutiny, evaluation, and karma. The divine goddess Mayat is weighing the heart of the deceased against the feather of truth. This card represents the cardinal virtue of justice. Those who come into her presence can expect to receive fair judgment. She reminds us that all of our actions have consequences and that karma is unavoidable. For the ancient Egyptians, justice was not blind. And Mayat represented the ideal of truth, the devout individual who would make a declaration of innocence to her upon entering the afterlife by stating 42 negative confessions that affirmed that they had lived a righteous life. Mayat's feather would then be placed on the scales and weighed against the individual's heart in front of Anubis, who ruled the realm of the departed. When the Justice card appears for you, she reminds you to be honest in your dealings with others, and above all else, to thine own self be true. The justice. Do as you would be done by. This card, we see the familiar figure of Lady Justice. In one hand, she holds a set of scales with which she weighs up each opposing side of an argument as well as right and wrong, and in the other, she holds the sword of decision with which she will inevitably administer her considered verdict. The message this card has for us is that the universe is ultimately a fair place, even though it may not seem so on a day to day level. Whether this is due to karmic law, divine retribution, or simply that people are inherently good is not revealed. The card also reminds us that we each have a responsibility to act in an ethical way, and if we do this, our good deeds will in time come back to us. In the same way, if we don't make amends, our mistakes will come back to haunt us. Prediction: justice will prevail. Guidance: be honest in one's dealings. Problem: treated unjustly. And the final card is the Two of Cups. Keywords: conjunction, sacred marriage, joining, combining, fortune, bliss, communion, partnership. A couple raises a toast to their sacred union while above them a winged pixels. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that. I haven't been looking it up. Pixiu blesses them with a life of good fortune. The purity of their intentions creates the ideal conditions for the pixel to manifest, ensuring them a life of contentment. This card alludes to the alchemical marriage of our dual nature. The man and the woman symbolize the joining of the sun and the moon, represented by the gold and silver goblets. The creature hovering above them is analogous to the formation of one mind and spirit as a result to that union. It also represents the presence of divinity as well as the offspring of their bonds. The Two of Cups, heart to heart. The Two of Cups is the card of connection. It usually represents the association of two people, but could also be the coming together of two minds or two ideas. The Two of Cups is one of those unavoidable you will meet a tall, dark stranger tarot cliches. It can indeed signal a romantic attraction, either presently in your life or about to happen for you. The card can also represent the art of helping one another out, a temporary meeting of two souls, assisting one another on the path and enjoying each other's company. The presence of this card is relationships. It speaks of the unity of two aspects and the problems inherent within this. In order for two souls, the two minds, or even two separate parts of ourselves to come together, there may need to be some fireworks or growing pains as we are stretched into a bigger people, able to take in more than just ourselves. However, the card reflects reconciliation also, as the two halves are flung both apart and back together in the dance towards harmony. Prediction: greater connection, connectedness, and harmony coming. Guidance: work on conflicts to achieve success. Problem: separation from oneself or others. The Justice card. The meanings and interpretation of the major arcana. The Justice Tarot card represents absolutes, no shades of gray, just right or wrong. 7:08 p.m. on my alarm. Are you looking to compromise? It will commonly show up when you have an important decision to make, and any decision you make regarding this will be final. Changing your path afterward is nigh on impossible. All other directions having been removed once this action is taken. Let's take a look at this card and the upright and inverted meanings for this major arcana card according to the Rider-Waite deck. As is implied by its name, this card represents justice, fairness, honesty, and the law's enactment. In the straight place, it means that the tides of justice are operating correctly. Make the decision that is the fairest possible given the circumstances. Past events. In the recent past, you have been called on to make a decision. This tarot card showing up here indicates that you made the best decision you could. If you fear that your judgment was biased or selfish, set yourself free of those. You made the best call you could. Present events. You are currently in a position where a decision must be made. You are being called on to make the fairest decision possible, and rest assured your current thoughts on the proper decisions are the right ones. Future events. The future holds an important decision that will deeply affect you. Rest assured, the presence of this card shows that the decision will be the fairest possible. This may not be exactly what you hope for, but it will at least be balanced against your situation. Justice should be blind to make the fairest judgment. This tarot card indicates that at this time it's deaf and dumb as well. This is the best possible result. The other potential is deliberate maliciousness and deceit. Whatever the case, this indicates there is a miscarriage of justice in the works, says the Justice Tarot card in reverse. Past events. Have you been questioning a decision made recently? Do you wonder if it was in fact pure and correct, or if it was made from a position of selfishness or dishonesty? Wonder no more. That decision was decidedly influenced by forces that were less than altruistic. Whether you or others made it, know that what was done. And at this point, there is nothing to do but live with the results. The past events, the present events, the decisions you have been called on to make right now is challenging your honorable nature. You may be angry, bitter, or just not a very nice person. But if you would like to keep your karmic slate clean, reconsider your current decision. It will be irrevocably once made. Irrevocable. My goodness. My goodness. Must be my lips. I'm going to keep it on the artist Banks for the background music of the meditation to breeze along, hoping that I do not get interrupted. Approaching the hour of the string. The associated colors are gold for justice. For the meditation, for the justice upright. This tarot meditation of the Justice card upright will focus on the concept of fairness, honesty, and true justice. The gold cloth must be laid out before you with the candle at the tip and the card placed upright. As you begin your meditation, focus on the concepts of open mindedness and the examination of all data from an objective viewpoint. As you settle into your meditation, you will slowly find yourself in a courtroom. The plaintiff and defendant sit in their sections. The judge, gavel in hand, is seated at their podium. Off to one side, you see the jury seated quietly and waiting to hear the evidence brought forth. The plaintiff's lawyer comes forth, describing in detail and even in non provocative language the crimes of which the defendant has been accused. He brings forth without fanfare the pieces of information that will best represent his case. Occasionally, he begins to conjecture, but the judge upholds every objection the defendant's lawyer puts forth. He will have no persuasion in his courtroom. He will have no media show. His only concern is that the case presented is complete and correct. The audience supports his decisions with cheers, crying down the lawyer's attempt to bring dishonesty and conjecture into the courtroom. Only the facts, only the truth. It is the jury's job to decide the case. Once the plaintiff ends his opening statement, the defendant's lawyer comes forth, presenting his information in the same fashion. The jury sits quietly, listening, nodding at the information without fanfare, frowning deeply at any form of dishonesty or conjecture. The case proceeds with the information being presented in the fashion already described. There is no room in this court for anything other than the complete truth. 7:16 p.m. on my alarm. Take a risk. In the end, the decision is laid out in a fashion that carries justice. The penalty is neither too high nor meaninglessly low, and both the plaintiff and the defendant find the judge's ruling fair. Everyone's reaction is satisfied. True justice has been served here today, uninterrupted and pure. As you observe the case, keep track of its contents, the nature of the charges, and how they may pertain to you. Write your observations down in your journal and pay special attention to anything that seems geared towards you. Remember, when making a decision, let honesty and justice prevail.
Always go while you self-incriminate by avoiding all my questions and calling me an instigator. Cut me down, always calling me unstable. You so easily can make me cry just 'cause you were in a mood. And you'd say,
The associated colors are orange for justice. For the meditation, for the Justice card in reverse. This tarot meditation of the Justice card reverse will show the dangers of injustice, deceitfulness, the selfish drive in meting out decisions. While you set up your meditation area, think about when you have been called on to make a decision and you dearly wanted to judge your interests. Think about those times when you see the same kind of decision making. There are dangers in this path, for this is not the path of self preservation but self interest, and they serve no one well. As you settle into the meditation, you will find yourself sitting in a courtroom. The plaintiff and defendant converse closely with their clients. Their expression are rodent-like and sneaky, and they whisper plans and schemes to miscarry justice in their favor. As you cast your eye across the chamber, you see the jury discussing amongst themselves, and you see that the plaintiff's lawyer has made his way over to them. He hands them envelopes bribing with money and speaks to them of the news surrounding the case. Over his shoulder, you see the doorway open to the judge's chambers, where the defendant's lawyer is handing money to the judge, who looks like a malevolent, malevolent and self-satisfied cat in his actions. He is not keen on justice, only on his wealth and progress. When the court starts its session, each lawyer presents their case tinged with showmanship and deception. Each turns the facts to suit their argument, to best suit their client's victory. Each attempt multiply times to object to the other's shenanigans, but the judge overrules each objection in turn as the case progresses. The jury pays no mind to the facts, perking up only when things become dramatic. This is a circus, not a courtroom floor. There is no justice here, only showmanship. No fairness, only the rule of the dollar and entertainment. In the end, the judge rules, and the judgment is a harsh one and a fallacious lesson at the expense of the guilty party. One suffers, and this courtroom serves no justice. As you slowly come out of this major arcana justice tarot card inverted meditation, pay attention to the court's ruling and the lawyers and the jury's methods. Do you see echoes of your behavior or those of ones who may judge against you? Write these in your journal and reference them later. Remember that when making a decision, an honest decision benefits everyone. Your next two cards are coming from the minor arcana cards. The Seven of Swords and the King of Cups.
me, baby. Everything I make, everything for you. Baby, be patient for me. And please don't fall with someone new. I promise one day I'll come back to you. Oh, you say you hate me now, you burn me with your words, calling me a fool, saying that I fucked up everything and you'll never forgive me. Oh, I'm doing this for you, baby, can't you see there's such a thing of love and so much that you need to give time to it.
The Seven of Blades. Keywords: sabotage, intrigue, stealth, cunning, manipulation, depth, and slyness.
Oh, I hope one day.
The Shinobi warrior are renowned masters of stealth and intrigue. The Seven of Blades hints that something suspicious is afoot. While this card does not advocate for the participation of illegal acts or duplicity, it could be telling you to rely on your wits and intellect to gain the advantage. This card also warns you to be vigilant and protect yourself from games of intrigue. The Seven of Swords. The Devil Within. The Seven of Swords represents avoidance of responsibility, the bit of us that wants to remain a helpless child. This card also speaks of a hidden, darker aspects of our psyches, a side of us which behaves dishonorably even when we don't want to and know we're behaving badly. It is the little devil within us that wants to cast mischief, to see what we can get away with. This rebellious part of us comes from a feeling that we are in some ways out of control of our lives. Whether we believe life has meaning or not, there can often be a part of us which feels it is meaningless. Thus, we believe that whatever we do doesn't matter. So, when we lie, cheat, steal, or even someone else take the blame for something we have done, we are in fact lying to ourselves, telling ourselves that this stuff doesn't matter, when of course we know it does. Prediction. Personality weaknesses will be dealt with. Guidance. Don't hide from oneself. Problem. Behave dishonorably. The Seven of Swords. Show courage and determination. Nothing can suppress the willingness and determination to achieve something you treasure. So even the Seven of Swords is administering something special for you. You have to add a little bit of courage and passion to witness improvement. The nature of your hard work will prove to be important when you have the inner force that is accumulating a good things in your life. Moreover, the Seven of Swords reverse comes with the message of getting everything right and knowing your strength. You have to utilize any chance that you are sure will be helping to come up with good resolution. Serve your mission well and be consistent in your actions. Nothing should block you from enriching your thoughts well. I will help you in making strides perfectly. When you can predict your progress, it makes more sense as you face off with any challenge on your way. Look for goals that are opening avenues that will help you in making the right success. Be persistent and calm as you merge your ideas with people with whom you share a common goal. You don't have to think of giving up on your objectives. It may hurt you more. Also, the Seven of Swords love also asks you to commit yourself to achieving love and restoration in your life. Nothing should be preventing you from arriving at a good conclusion and seeking justice. Be calm when situations are not favorable as you seek correction and remedies to your problems. Be sure to let your ambitions do better on your side as you aim to elevate yourself. Linking your success to something important is what matters in your life. You have to keep showing determination and courage despite the challenges that you face. So, be aggressive as you look for something educative and learn new skills from all the situations. Good character can help you in merging with ideas that brighten your future. Let your goals be the guiding points. However, the Seven of Swords, yes or no, is looking at your choices from a new positive view. So you have to give yourself the go ahead signal since you are leading a race for success from the card. It's good that you remain true to yourself and let a good chance come your way. Be ready in mind and do something that will change other people's perception of you. The tarot card is something special and it can help you in miming for something crucial in your path. Of course, the upright reverse meanings will help you know the direction that will favor you and are doing to eliminate anything that is not working for you. Never let think of letting past mistakes control your thoughts and actions. And additionally, the Seven of Swords on the future accumulates with the image of finding something important and making sure you accomplish your goals. So you have to be open to workable ideas to help you make life more flexible. Set targets that you are capable of achieving. But Seven of Swords Tarot Guide will be the opportunity to forecast good routines. And lastly, the Seven of Swords symbolic meaning shows the path that you can follow to achieve goodies. The Seven of Swords tarot card indicates the overly clever one, the heart of betrayal and deception lay within its imagery, and the deliberate hiding of an act. Within this card's imagery, we can see overconfidence and absolute surety of having gotten away with this act we've set about. It is full of bad portents, the indicator that the deceiver will be revealed and the thief will be caught. The Seven of Swords represents the most important of all questions in the life of the deceiver, the thief. Will I get away? Would I get away with it? Is the question. This card often appears to represent overconfidence when we think we're incredibly clever. It unfortunately represents that time when we've given ourselves just enough rope to hang ourselves with. We may think we've gotten away with it for a while, but this herald on the minor arcana will catch up with us. The past events. What did you do, my sneaky little compatriot? Whatever it is, it's not over yet. You may think your acts have gone unnoticed, but this is far from the truth. Prepare yourself for the coumbrance, Prince. Your past is about to catch up with you. The present events, whatever it is you are currently considering doing, stop. You may think there is a way to get away with it. You may even think you're clever enough to pull it off. All you can do at this point is to be thankful this card arrived to warn you against your current course of action. Stay on the straight and narrow. There's a speed trap ahead. The future events. Temptation lies ahead. Sometimes in the next few months, you will find yourself presented with an opportunity that will appear to benefit you greatly. This couldn't be further from the truth, not in the long run. Avoid this temptation when it arrives, no matter how much of a sure thing it seems. The concerns the one presenting it is trying to minimize are exactly the results you can expect. So the yes and no interpretation of this card in the upright. If the question is, am I going to get away with this? The answer is a solid no. This minor arcana calls for caution in your current endeavors and warns you to stay away from trying to succeed at being duplicitous. In reverse, in the inverted orientation, the Seven of Swords represents a challenge placed before you and a significant transitory time in your life. You are currently being held back, hesitating to take that next big step into the future. Do not be afraid to make the changes you want to make. This is an opportunity to change the way you think and release yourself from the past. In this position, the card is all about blockages, the past events, and you've been struggling over the past few months with a unsettling situation, and a fear may have lost its fire, or guilt may have caught up with you. The changes necessary to move beyond the problem in your life may seem too much. This tarot card represents that you've been in a place of stagnation for a goodly long while. The present event is time. It's okay. You've got what it takes to move beyond this barrier and more than enough ability to break through the challenges that you face. I know it's scary, but what lies beyond is so much greater than the stagnation you find yourself living in now. Take a deep breath, muster your courage, and move forward. The future events. You've been moving along so well, growing and progressing, but there's a daunting cliff coming up ahead. You can scale it. You have the skills and equipment, but you need to carry you over our courage and determination. The yes and no interpretation of this card is a yes, go. This major arcana tells you it's time to move forward with your life and get over your fears. It's an excellent time to overcome your fears and take that next risk you've been avoiding. This time around, it'll pay off. So, the summary, once you understand what you are aiming at in your life, you will go the extra space to gain what you want when you see seven swords. But you have to show determination and power to accomplish your success. Nothing should be a barrier to your goals. Be courageous and invert those thoughts that are helping you achieve greatness.
Please tell me that this could be easy. I'm tired of waiting for permission to love. Heartbreak is your game, but I'm learning a heart could be yours. Won't you make it your own? Please tell me that this could be easy. I'm tired of waiting for permission to love. Heartbreak is your game, but I'm learning my heart could be yours. Won't you make it your own? Please tell me that this could be easy. I'm tired of waiting for permission to love. Heartbreak is a game, but I'm learning. Heart could be yours. Won't you make it your own?
The King of Cups. Keywords: magic, subconscious, artistry, charisma, temperamental, and depth. The King of Vessels has achieved harmony between his conscious and subconscious mind. His upright trident suggests that he is on the middle path. The three pikes that swim around him are indicative of his affinity to magic. As such, the King of Vessels may be a helpful mentor in the creative arts. While this king is, for the most part, a quiet and charming individual, he may at times be prone to volatile fluctuations in temperament. The King of Cups. Harmony is more important than truth. The King of Cups is a consummate diplomat who chooses his words and his timing very carefully. There are times when it is important to tell one's truth and be honest and open. And again, there are times when we need to hold one's tongue and be diplomatic. Sometimes harmony is more important than truth, and that is the message behind this card. In some sense, the King of Cups represents dishonesty. Amongst conflicting emotions and demands, he is asked to be political, whilst in his own, perhaps contrary feelings are repressed. Thus, the card can speak of a deviation from our true feelings The message is, however, ultimately a positive one. It points out that sometimes we do need to put our intellect and reason above our baser urges and instincts, and that is represented a sacrifice and healthy suppression of ego. Prediction: greater harmony coming. Guidance: keep cards close to your chest. Problems: unguarded words. The King of Cups. Emotional intelligence. Being wise is an important thing, especially when making choices about life. It can help you make judgments that directly impact and assume to get good things in your space. So the King of Cups signifies wisdom as the source of great success in your choices. The King of Cups reverse leans on arrogance and unstable emotions. Additionally, the King of Cups upright pushes you to do something extra than achieve your purpose. The wisdom in you should be helping you to discern good things and making progress the right way. A good understanding will help you thrive well through the help of the King of Cups love. A good attitude can land you somewhere that you didn't expect. If you want to see progress in what you do, then learn to art your love life and use wisdom when solving the dispute. A long lasting relationship will come when you are wise in your words. But if it is working and gives you the desired results, you have to believe in the King of Cups, yes or no notion. When it works best for you, take it and trust your instincts. Do something extra as you aim at the lower end of your love life. The King of Chalice tarot meaning is that you have to get your support on getting correct information to serve your purpose. Go for what you will give you the outcome that motivates you. Additionally, the King of Cups meaning has a different view on how you can change your life from a simple start. The genesis of your stability and your emotions will come when you have an amusing character. The King of Goblets. The tarot guide, it guides you to pursue your mission, and the King of Cups in the future aims to help you in getting something great. Lastly, the King of Cups symbolism is getting you to know the different things in life that will be laying the ground for success. The King of Cups tarot card is the ruler of his realm. He represents that part of the minor arcana where we have obtained mature control of our emotions. We know how to balance them against logic. We know the benefit of generosity and when and how to apply it. It is that stage where our subconscious mind has been allowed to blossom and we are now deeply in touch with it. The key words is wisdom, empathetic, diplomatic, sensitive, mature, honorable feelings, and loyal. The King of Cups represents a balance between emotional intelligence and intellectual thought. He seems more restrained with his emotions, and in a way, he is. After all, he knows how to deal with them maturely and show them without reservation. He is deeply tried to the Temperance card due to his balance and understanding of elements. He is a pinnacle of compassion, graciousness, and love and knows how to facilitate emotional and medical healing. The King of Cups, upright, stands for a kind, ambitious, and dependable person and commands respect from others. You boast of excellent negotiation skills. Moreover, you are capable of manipulating situations in your favor. Of course, you love to have power and authority in your hand. You tend to use your intelligence to get the reins of control instead of using your muscle power. You can't believe people easily and love to work secretly rather than imposing your faith in others. Others around you tend to distrust you as you keep your motives under wrap and don't disclose them in front of others. So, your past events throughout this time, you have been experiencing an unprecedented time of peace and balance in your life. Your past has been ruled over by this time of emotional balance. Throughout this time, you've been hearing from old emotional wounds and finding a certain peace because of it. The present event, this tarot card represents that time is that now is a time for a balancing of emotions in your life. The turmoil you've been dealing with isn't going to help you get through. It's time for the King of Cups to rule over your life. Let his wisdom and temperance heal you and guide you through the future events. In the future, a person will arrive who fits the description of the King of Cups. He will bring sanity to a situation that is currently out of control. So, he will be a peaceful and welcome addition. Besides, he has been long awaited and may represent the emotional maturation of someone already present or a new element altogether. The yes and no is a yes. Things have come into balance, and you do have the kind of control over the situation you think you do and think you should. In reverse, there's the pearls of having such a complete understanding of emotion as the King of Cups does, and this is also gives you the power to manipulate easily. In the inverted position, you may be deeply twisted or merely sullen, withdrawn, and angry. Sometimes this person was the King of Cups upright, who has lost their way and allowed their emotions to get out of balance. The King of Cups in the reverse position stands for questionable dealings and injustice. You are a selfish and dishonest person who has a poor sense of responsibility regarding dealings with others. So, you are a cunning person devoid of almost all moral values and are reasonable, responsible only for yourself. Besides, you have a penchant of for getting involved in scandals and double dealings, but you not only bring double trouble to yourself by your dishonest and corrupt dealings, but are likely to pull your associates as well into this murky world. And lastly, you are likely to suffer from poor health too. So the past events, and you're the King of Cups in reverse. You've been withdrawn and sullen for a long time, not dealing with emotions and pushing away those who would otherwise be helping you with your situation. You need to take some time to grip your emotions and seek help in rebalancing your emotions. The present events. This tarot card shows up in the reverse position so that your current situation or relationships has become complicated. You may not have known, or you may have known what you wanted and that you have been happy. But lately, you've been losing your focus and you aren't sure this is where you want to be anymore. A long and careful observation is necessary if you wish to regain that balance. The future events. You will meet someone in the future who appears to be your Prince Charming, but be careful. He is a master of controlling his emotions and letting others see what he wants them to see. He is an outraged and damaged human being who will put you through the ringer if you let him get his hands on your heart. So, the yes and no interpretation of this King of Cups in reverse is a no. It's not your imagination. Things are as bad as they seem, and you really will have to put in some serious hard work to straighten it out. Hope is not lost, but it is on the ropes. So, the summary, the King of Cups encourages you to pursue your vision and use wisdom to solve any dispute that you may encounter in life. So serve what suits your goals and be honest as you aim for a good future. February 11th, birthday compatibility. You are most compatible with people born under Aquarius. This is the best match between two enthusiastic people with similar attitudes. You are not compatible with people born under Leo, a relationship that has no stability. Your lucky numbers are 2 and 4. 2 is the number that stands for self confidence, imagination, sensitivity, and diplomacy. 4 is the number that stands for practical and always ready to help others. Your lucky colors are dark blue and violet. Dark blue is a color that symbolizes stability, predictability, authority, and trust. Violet is the color that stands for originality, inspiration, and feminine charm. Your lucky days are Saturday and Thursday. Saturn is the planet Saturn. It symbolizes sternness, the need to be patient, completion of tasks after some delays. Thursday is ruled by Jupiter. It stands for work, production, networking, and getting the job done. Your birthstone is amethyst. It's a gemstone that gives you peace of mind, soberness, and spiritual consciousness. The ideal zodiac birthday gifts for people born on February 11th: a passport case for the man and a Louis Vuitton purse for the lady. The February 11th birthday personality loves elegant and luxurious gifts.
I got this thing for you. If you come closer, I can whisper in your ear. And if you wanna walk away, I'll tell you all the things I know you wanna hear. Welcome closer to you.
Happy birthday, Aquarius. Sunday, February 11th, 2024, the day of improved comfort. Your advice: try to pay more mind to what people really want, not just what they appear to need. Allow others more privacy. Observe your ideas and principles, but don't impose them on family or friends. Those born on February 11th may encounter more emotional difficulties than average. Usually, they want to have things their own way and can be quite childish in satisfying their needs, sometimes at the expense of others. In order to help them understand why they so often find themselves in emotional hot waters, a course of therapy or psychological counseling could help. Overeating and sensual or sexual overindulgence can be a problem for some February 11th people, but generally not to the more mental types born on this day. 7:51 p.m. on my alarm, wear your heart on your sleeve. February 11th diet should be directed to some extent, but not subject to too many imposed health regimens. As far as physical exercise is concerned, many less athletic February 11th people are relatively unconcerned but should nevertheless make an effort to integrate some moderate, non stressful form of outdoor activity in their daily routine. Those born on the 11th of the month are ruled by the number 2, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 1 equals 2, and 11, and by the moon. Those ruled by the number 2 often make good co workers and partners rather than leaders, and this underlying the social orientation of February 11th people. The number 11 also lends a feeling for the physical plane as well as a possible interest in twins, coincidences, or symmetry. A moon Uranus connection, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, makes for unusual and eccentric characteristics and a tendency to be highly idealistic. So the 11th card of the major arcana is Justice, a serene seated woman holding the scales in one hand and a sword in the other. She reminds us of the order of the universe, and that balance and harmony will be maintained in our lives as long as we continue on our path. The positive aspects of this card are integrity, fairness, honesty, and discipline. The negative aspects are low initiatives, impersonality, fear of innovation, and grievances. Justice, balance, equity, compassion, and truth. Dues, scrutiny, evaluation, and karma. The divine goddess Maya is weighing the heart of the deceased against the feather of truth. This card represents the cardinal virtue of justice. Those who come into her presence can expect to receive fair judgment. She reminds us that all of our actions have consequences and that karma is unavoidable. For the ancient Egyptians, justice was not blind, and Mayat represented the ideal of truth. The devout individual would make a declaration of innocence to her upon entering the afterlife by stating 42 negative confessions that affirm that they have lived a righteous life. Mayat's feather would then be placed on the scales and weighed against the individual's heart in front of Anubis, who ruled the realm of the departed. When the justice card appears for you, she reminds you to be honest in your dealings with others, and above all else, to thine own be true. Justice. Do as you would be done by. In this card, we see the late familiar lady figure of justice. 7:55 p.m. on my alarm. Follow up on a promise. In one hand, she holds a set of scales with which she weighs up each opposing side of an argument, as well as right and wrong. And in the other, she holds the sword of decision with which she will inevitably administer her considered verdict. The message this card has for us is that the universe is ultimately a fair place, even though it may not seem so on a day to day level. Whether this is due to karmic law, divine retribution, or simply just people are inherently good is not revealed. The card also reminds us that we each have a responsibility to act in an ethical way, and if we do this, our good deeds will in time come back to us. In the same way, if we don't make amends, our mistakes will come back to haunt us. Prediction: justice will prevail. The presence of this card predicts you will see justice coming your way. You will have you may have been unfairly treated in the past and presented or present by someone, which has been having a detrimental effect on your life, causing hurt and upset. However, it could also be that you yourself have acted unjustly towards someone, in which case you will see a reconciliation of some kind. When this happens, try to be as open as you can to either giving or receiving forgiveness in order to rectify the past and move cleanly into the future. This will provide you with the feeling of serenity and inner peace as the universe restores harmony for you. If you are unable to forgive, the card predicts that justice will still be served in time, as imbalance is against the laws of nature. The guidance: be honest in one's dealings. The justice card advises you to look at the way you are behaving and ask yourself if you are being fair and just in your dealings with people. If the answer is not always, then you have an opportunity to bring yourself peace of mind by changing the way you are acting. The card is a reminder that all wrongs are righted in the end, so you might as well do this while you can. If you are concerned that you are being unfairly treated, do not worry. The balance will eventually be redressed, and in time you will feel justice has been served. This may not be in the way you want. If, for instance, you want revenge or hurt to be mentored to the out offending party, but you can be sure that the resultant harmony and balance will be one that is right for everyone on their particular life journey. The problem: treated unjustly. This card suggests you may have been the victim of an unjust situation. It could be that you did not receive recompense for a wrong that was committed against you. However, it may be you who is being held to account for something you have done. The slate needs to be set clean before you can move on without guilt or recrimination. This can sometimes be hard to do if, for instance, you or the other person finds it hard to apologize. However, the rewards for far outweigh any temporary discomfort or bruised egos. And that has been the personality meaning and the meditation of the Justice card, the Tiger, Zodiac, Chinese sign. Happy birthday, Aquarius. The day of improved comfort. I'm going to let the music play as I get the message from my soul card to end the stream. 7:59 p.m. on my alarm. Give the gift to care. Beloved shuffles for my soul card message. Soul card number 39. 8:01 p.m. on my alarm. Give your future self some advice. Follow through on your plans. Do the grunt work. Are you looking for a clear opinion? Angel number 39 is a powerful symbol from divine intervention and spiritual growth, encouraging us to unlock our potential. While this may seem daunting at first, there are some practical steps we can take to begin the process. To start off, it's important to recognize that you have an inner strength within yourself. Sunsigns.org says, embracing positive energies. Angel number 39 says that you can use your spiritual capabilities and live a life of divinity to persuade others to follow the spiritual path. Angel number 39 comprehensively provides the guidelines for your spiritual objectives in life and the real rationale for your existence. You will have the complete assistance of the guardian angels and the divine powers to fulfill your spiritual ambitions. If you are interested in getting into a spiritual vocation or intensifying your sacred activities, the time appears to be propitious. Propitious. Uh, Angel number 39 says that you can use your spiritual capabilities and live a life of divinity to persuade others to follow the spiritual path. You will have the wholehearted support of the angels whenever you ask for it in this crusade. You should live up to your divine ideas and actions, and approach your should be affirmative. There's always a reason why you keep seeing angel numbers. These are modes that angels use to communicate with us. And seeing number 39 everywhere should instantly bring your thoughts to life, since the angels are trying to communicate to you. This number comes with good news if you are willing to accept the same. Interpreting the meaning of this number is upon you and no one else. Seek the divine guidance to enable you to interpret this number wholly. Be aware of what is happening in your surroundings so that you can spot the appearance of 39 angel number. This angel number is closely related to positive things and occurrences. The divine realm through this number is letting you know that it is time to embrace positivity and get rid of negativity. Negative thoughts and a negative attitude will not bring you the things you are desire in life. Change your attitude towards positive bearings and all will be well. Positive thoughts should also be a part of your life. The divine realm uses your thoughts to make your dreams a reality. Letting go of the past might be hard, but this is the time for you to let go and focus on the future. Forgive all those who have wronged and be ready to accept their apologies. You cannot advance in the future if you are hurting from things that happened in the past. Listen to your guardian angels and do as they want you to so. In case of challenges, seek their guidance and assistance, and they will help you out. Positive energies will enable you to accomplish great things in life. Once again, angel number 39 says that you can use your spiritual capabilities and live a life of divinity to persuade others to follow their spiritual path. And that has been my reading for tonight here at Priestess Reads. And Shavanda, her priestess on YouTube. Thank you all. Happy birthday, Aquariuses and all other signs. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a strong beginning. And hope you didn't have a weak end. Words from Don Napoleon. Love and light.